Pollyanna. Our story begins in a quaint little country village. The people of the village work hard to provide for their families, but none of them seem to take notice of the small orphanage and the children inside. Here is where our young Pollyanna lives. The orphanage became her home months ago after her parents passed away suddenly. Luckily for Pollyanna, her Aunt Polly, the very Aunt Polly she was named after, lives just down the road and was willing to take her in.
Are you my Aunt Polly? No, dear. I'm her maid, Ginger. Let me take you to meet her.
As the car pulled up to her new home, Pollyanna was amazed to discover it was not a house at all, but a mansion. Who is this Aunt Polly?
Ginger, take the girls' things upstairs to the attic.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you my Aunt Polly? Yes, girl. Thank you for taking me in. Yes, well, it appears I have had no choice in the matter. Now quickly, go follow Ginger to your room and don't get lost. It's beautiful.
It is?
Yes, look at all of the space. And do you see? This beautiful window overlooks the courtyard. Aunt Polly has given me the best room in the house.
Well, that's one way to look at it. There isn't much for you to do here, other than stay out of Aunt Polly's way. Dinner is exactly at 6 p.m. If you are even a moment late, you will find yourself punished. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. What a beautiful home I have, Mommy. Daddy, you would love it here.
6:02 p.m. Pollyanna, where are you? Pollyanna! Pollyanna! Dinner started nearly 5 minutes ago. You're going to be in a world of trouble when Aunt Polly gets hold of you.
I'm sorry. I lost track of time. Everything is just so beautiful here. You're late. I was admiring the beautiful flowers and the clouds. Do you see that it's a perfect day outside? I don't care. We have rules here.
Pollyanna ignored Aunt Polly's negativity and sat down to enjoy her meal. While Pollyanna loved every bite, Aunt Polly was too angry to eat. After dinner, Aunt Polly decided to punish Pollyanna for being late. She took her up to her attic bedroom and locked her in.
Stay here until tomorrow morning. Take the time to learn some manners.
Aunt Polly slammed the door and left Pollyanna on her bed. At first, Pollyanna was sad.
Oh, Mommy! Oh, Daddy! I miss you so much. Aunt Polly doesn't understand that the world has so much to offer. She only sees the terrible bits. I wish you were here to help me. Please give me a sign that everything will be okay.
Just then, the wind blew the curtains in front of Pollyanna's open window. Pollyanna noticed and crossed over to look outside. It was a beautiful evening. Outside of her window, Pollyanna saw the full moon and stars shining on the flowers in the courtyard.
Wow! It's incredible! Like a painting! It's just what I needed! Thank you, Mommy and Daddy! Even though I'm locked in my room, I still have the night sky to enjoy, and I couldn't have enjoyed it otherwise. I'll try to show Aunt Polly that it's okay to be happy and to see the good in life. I know! I'll teach her the glad game!
The next morning, after Ginger had unlocked Pollyanna's room, the two headed to the village for a few items. Pollyanna loved looking at the different storefronts and waving at people. But there was one man in particular who she noticed most of all. He stood on the street, talking to no one and scowling. Pollyanna ran right up to him.
I'm Pollyanna. What's your name?
Richard.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Richard. Isn't today a beautiful day for shopping?
Sure.
What are you here to buy?
Shouldn't you be with your mother?
My mother watches me from above.
Oh, sorry for your loss.
It wasn't long before Ginger realized Pollyanna wasn't near her anymore. Pollyanna, let's leave this man alone. I'm sorry, sir.
Until we meet again, Richard.
Pollyanna and Ginger continued their shopping. Outside of a toy shop, Pollyanna met a young boy named Sam. He offered to let Pollyanna play with his ball, and the two became fast friends. As Pollyanna and Ginger walked home, Pollyanna found a small kitty on the street. It looked sad and alone, so she snatched it right up.
This little kitty needs a home. I can tell.
I don't think Aunt Polly will like that, Pollyanna.
We have to do nice things for those who need help.
Back home, Pollyanna introduced Aunt Polly to the new kitten.
Her name is Daisy. We do not bring strays into this house. Disgusting. But she's so lonely and she needs food. I'll keep her in the attic where she can watch the birds out the window and bask in the sunlight. You won't even know she's here.
Every week, when Ginger would do the shopping, Pollyanna would accompany her to the village. She played with Sam as often as possible, and the two became fast friends. Sam was the first person Pollyanna taught the glad game.
The glad game is easy. Here, I'll show you. What is something you're feeling sad about?
Every night this week my mom has made us the same soup. I feel sad we don't get to try anything new.
Here's how you play. Take a moment and imagine something way worse.
Like not having any food at all?
Exactly. Imagine you didn't have any food to eat at all. Even though it's the same soup, at least you're eating. You are never hungry.
You're right. I do feel better.
Sam and Pollyanna loved the glad game. Over the next few weeks, Pollyanna would teach the glad game to the other people who lived in the village. Everyone was in awe of her positivity. One afternoon, Pollyanna decided to bring Sam home to meet Aunt Polly.
Aunt Polly, this is Sam.
It's nice to meet you, Aunt Polly.
Pollyanna, what did I tell you about bringing home strays?
But
I'm not a stray.
Sam was very hurt by Aunt Polly's words. He ran out of the house crying.
Sam, wait!
Pollyanna ran after Sam. He looked both ways and then crossed the street. In her haste, Pollyanna did not look both ways. She ran after Sam, and then something terrible happened. After the accident, Pollyanna was in the hospital for a very long time. Doctors didn't know what to do.
We don't know if Pollyanna will ever be able to walk again.
My sweet.
Even though she lay in bed, Pollyanna remained positive. She taught the nurses and doctors the glad game, and they all smiled and laughed together. The only person who didn't know how to play was Aunt Polly.
Pollyanna, how do you stay so positive? It's the glad game. I've never heard of it.
I can teach you.
Richard had heard of Pollyanna's accident and rushed to the hospital as quickly as possible. Over the next few weeks, he would sit alongside Pollyanna's bed with Aunt Polly and Ginger. He and Pollyanna talked about everything under the sun and became close friends. One day, he told Pollyanna a secret.
I used to know your mother.
You did?
Yes, I was in love with her, but she loved your father. We were never able to be together. I can see so much of her in you.
That's amazing.
I have more money than I could ever need. Would you like to come live with me? I can take care of you. We can teach you how to walk again.
Oh, wow. I don't think I could ever leave Aunt Polly. But I think I know someone else who might really need your help.
Richard left for the afternoon with a promise to meet up with Pollyanna in a day or so. Pollyanna told Aunt Polly about Richard's proposal, and Aunt Polly and Ginger cried tears of happiness that she would choose not to leave them.
I understand now, Pollyanna. You are a ray of sunshine in a life filled with clouds and rain. I'll never let you go. We love you. Thank you for showing us how to find the beauty in life. We cherish every moment we have with you.
Richard used his money to pay special doctors to help Pollyanna learn to walk again. It finally worked. After months of practice, Pollyanna went home to be with Aunt Polly and Ginger. Richard met Sam, and thanks to Pollyanna, decided to take him in as an assistant. Sam learned so much from Richard and was able to provide extra money for his family. They didn't have to eat soup every day anymore.
Tonight, we're having turkey and potatoes.
Delicious.
Dear Mommy and Daddy, I miss you every day. Aunt Polly has finally learned to look at the beautiful things in life. Even when we may feel sad, there is always something happy we can remember to change our outlook. Sam and Richard are happy together, and I can finally walk again. Daisy Kitty is the sweetest girl in the world, and I am so happy. I owe it all to you for teaching me positivity and grace. If I hadn't lost my ability to walk, I would never have understood how much of a blessing it is to be able to move around on your own. With sincere love, your daughter, Pollyanna.